All right, this video is brought to you by 916 Rideshare. Check out the Facebook page, like it, and subscribe to the YouTube channel 916 Not Rideshare to watch all the videos related to rideshare. All right, so drivers out there, if you've been driving for a while, at some point you were bombarded with the same old questions, and a lot of them the same personal questions. Now, most of these questions are not bad, but we just have heard it far too many times. And I'm just asking myself, is there like a little book for passengers that has a list of questions to ask the drivers? Because why I keep hearing the same questions? Okay, some of these questions go something like this: have you been busy? Okay, that's not a bad question. I hear that a lot. How long have you been driving? No, not today, but like overall, like a month, 2 months, a year. Okay, not a bad question, but you get that a lot. Uh, Now here's the one that really just made me scratch my head. Do you like driving for Uber or Lyft? Why the hell would you ask that question? Yes, there's plenty of problems with both platforms, but if I didn't like it that much, if I really hated it, you wouldn't be sitting in my back seat. Now, that's not the kind of response I verbally give to a passenger, but I'm just thinking in my head, like if I hated it that much, you wouldn't be sitting in my car. I would have both apps would have been deleted from my phone. All right, other questions. Uh, how long have you lived in such and such city? Now I live in Sacramento, so like, how long have you lived here? And if you say you were born and raised in the current city, then it also the next question goes, "Oh, what high school did you go to?" Then don't ask you what elementary school, middle school you go to, or even college. It's always high school. Again, not necessarily a bad question, but again, get that a lot. And of course, if you live in such and such city for a long time, oh, what area do you live? Now, why do you need to know? Honestly, I think that's really none of your business. Yeah, I don't say that, but I'm just thinking in my head. Now, it gets a little bit more ridiculous. Are you single? Do you have children? Like, why are you I don't want to know if I'm single. Not like we're this. I'm thinking to myself, this is not Tinder. We're not going on a date. Okay, I get. I mean, I'm not saying it's a horrible question, but we get a little carried away, and I understand conversations. There's nothing wrong with human interaction, but I think sometimes these writers just don't think when they're speaking. How much money did you make? I'm thinking to myself again. How would you feel if I asked you how much money you make? And there's a lot of writers out there that don't like being asked personal questions. Okay, that's fine. I understand you don't want people in your business. But guess what, writers? A lot of us drivers feel the same way. We don't want you in our business. Okay? I mean, we can have a nice conversation, but let's just try to stay away from the personal question and sometimes nosy questions. What was the worst ride you've ever had? Anyone threw up in your car? I don't know why people automatically think it's going to throw up in your car. I mean, I'm not saying that's a horrible question. Some just are just curious. I understand that, but again, this is just the common questions you hear a lot. Oh, and then another one: is this all you do? What do you do this full time? Do you have another job? Do I ask you if I pick you up from work? Is this all you do? Like, maybe some have figured out that you really can't make all that great money doing rideshare, but the others is like, okay, I'm working right now. This is what I'm doing right now. I don't think it's necessary to tell you if I do anything else. I'm doing this right now. This is the focus right now. Now, I can see if you were a job recruiter, heck, I'm looking for full employment. But other than that, if you're just asking just to be asking and to be all of my business, then okay, I'm not sure what to say. And there's been plenty of times I've been bombarded with a whole bunch of questions. I was interrogated, grilled, and even after answering those questions nicely, sometimes making up answers or stuttering, yeah, still no tip. Even though I answered nicely. And riders, if drivers are kind of like stuttering or going or you kind of sense like they're trying to make up an answer, that's the cue for you to stop asking those personal questions. Because a good chance you're not going to get a straight answer. That should be the cue for you to, hey, maybe I'm getting a little too personal. You probably are. And I bet you're probably one of those riders that don't like being asked personal questions. So stop asking us personal questions. So drivers, if there's other personal questions you've been asked that I didn't mention in this video, please state it in the comments, Facebook and YouTube. And until then, stay safe, drive safe, ride safe, and riders, come up with different questions.